once, but cue cards, 30 seconds wrap up if you're going over, and then just project louder if you guys are being a little too quiet. Other than that, though, it'll be easy. You guys are gonna do great. And in terms of where you need to look, wherever you want to look, there's gonna be a camera here, camera here. You also can look at each other. Inquire. What's your name?
I'm Kieran. Hi.
Kieran. Yeah, so Kieran. Just wherever feels natural. You right? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna log into the live really quick.
You shut the door, don't you?
Yeah, sorry, that was my bad. You guys okay? Bit nervous?
You guys will be great. Honestly.
Yeah, you'll do fine.
You know, it's just conversation, really.
You don't mind?
Yeah.
Cool. Give me a second. And yep, I'm logged on. Okay.
Yeah, all good.
Whenever you're ready.
Cool. Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Kieran. I'm with Inquire, and today I'm here with the candidates for VP Academic Experience. So, without further ado, I'll let you guys introduce yourself. Should we start?
Sure. I'm Matthew Bangara. Yes, I'm running for Vice President of Academic Experience.
My name is Shania Jeevan, and I'm running as the candidate for VP Academic Experience for the next academic year.
Hi, my name is Lewis, and I'm also running for the same role.
And joining us online.
Hello, I'm Samantha, and I'm running for VP of Academic Experience as well.
Brilliant. Well, now that you've met our candidates, without further ado, I'll start asking some questions. So I think we'll go in the order that we introduce everyone. So, what do you believe is the single most important issue that students are facing at the moment, and what do you plan to do about it?
I think that it's a difficult question, to be fair. I think that one of the biggest issues, if not the biggest issue that students are facing at this point in time, is a lack of coordination. We're very disconnected as a student body, and this university has so many good opportunities, so many ways of helping students, but I don't think students are aware of them and aware of what's available to them to be able to get the best out of their university experience. So yes, I'd say a breakdown in communication.
Okay, so closer knit of communication, making sure that there's much better connectivity there.
Yes.
Cool. And what do you think would be the single biggest issue if there was, one big issue?
So mental health is the paradigm for our well-being, and the most important issue is faced by students is mental well-being. The university student survey done by in 2020 showed that 1 in 5 students have mental health diagnosis. In today's world, we students face struggles and obstacles, which makes us deter from leaping forward. Students struggle with emotional and social aspects, such as independent living away from home. The constant increase in pressure and competition. I believe if elected as a VP, I would work more creating awareness for mental well-being. I also aim to tackle the stigma of students speaking about their mental health issues and work closely with the advisors to support them develop different mental schemes.
And for yourself, what would you think is the biggest issue that the university faces for
I
students?
agree with Matt. It's not a very simple question to answer, because you can't just generalize students into one field.
Mm-hmm.
So every student is very different. So there's postgrads with their issues, Medway students having their issues with isolation. So if we had to summarize that all students would be facing, even in Paris and Brussels, would be the cost of living crisis. That is the current biggest issue that all students are facing. The maintenance loan, not everyone gets the full amount, so not all students are getting the money. They have to now look for part-time jobs, and they have to try and find that jobs that are flexible And bearing in mind, the cost of living crisis is actually impeding the academic experience currently. People are currently having to prioritise, do I get my rent money or do I go to my lecture? So, simple way of doing it is maybe getting more flexible hours for students and maybe work, if I do get the role, work with VP student engagement and find better employment.
It is very easy to, I suppose, forget that not all students are, financially equal when they come in. I'll pose the same question to Samantha online. So, if there was, obviously there are so many issues, but one big one.
As everyone has said here, there's a lot of different issues. But as I said, mental health has been a big one, especially with COVID and everyone coming out of that. And people couldn't access mental health services. So I would probably work with student support and wellbeing and student engagement to try and work with the teams to get more wellbeing support at the university and try and work out the fact that there's only 5 counselling sessions per student for a whole year, which isn't enough for anyone. And so working with everyone to get more support, because then students aren't able to spend their maintenance loans on counselling either, because that's such a big problem at the moment.
Thank you very much, Samantha. Moving on, I suppose this is a very important thing for students, the academic experience. So how do you intend to involve the students directly in, the kind of process there?
Thank you very much for the question.
Sorry.
You're hitting me with the hard ones. No. How would I intend to involve students? Well, I think I try and build on, if I was lucky enough to be offered the role, I'd build on the same kind of approach that we've tried to do with Black Student Voices project, but expand that to the wider student population. We've seen massive success from over 500 different interactions with students throughout the Black Student Voices project to be able to help make their voices actually feel a bit heard. I've come from meetings with the university basically for the entirety of this week, all trying to take aspects of the reports and the presentations that we've spoken and incorporate them. They do want to listen, they do want to help, but no one's being heard, which links into my first point that I was saying before. I think that we need to project student voices as loudly as we possibly can and allow students to actually feel some sense of pride in some Kentian kind of identity. Be proud to exist here and not just be coming here and be a member of a society or an architect or something along those lines, but actually be proud to be here.
Some really good points. And how do you intend to kind of involve students as well?
So I do agree with Matthew, as he said here. Each student is a pillar of our university who we, as representatives, strive to work for. I'm passionate about representation, and I want to make sure that each and every student here at Kent feels seen, heard, and represented on all matters, especially academics. I will ensure to provide individual academic support as well as support for students with ILP and disability. And I will work alongside academic staffs, student reps, and academic societies to increase my reach so that every student's voice is heard here.
I know the student reps has been a big thing this year that they've done.
Yes,
They've tried to
of
develop,
course.
yeah. And how would you intend to involve students more directly with your improvements?
So I'm currently the chair of the academic network, so I work closely with students who have academic, I'm not going to say problems, issues, because every issue is different and every issue has a resolution. Problems do not. So, sorry, just so I would like to, sorry. I was on the chair of the late submission policy with Lupe, so I've worked closely with the current VP. So I've already seen what they can do in the behind the scenes. I've also, in the academic role that I've currently got, I'm in the Senate, so I actually get to see academic policies from academics and how they get passed to council, which another candidate is actually a part of. So I want to mention that she's part of council, who's currently not here. So students are involved in the academic process. We just need more voices. So back to student voices, we need to get our voice heard. So I agree with Matt, but we do need to get more reps and more schemes that we have got currently. The peer mentoring scheme is not a known scheme within the divisions.
All right, guys, we just cut the live. We had a technical issue. We have a candidate that's just coming in right now, so we've stopped it. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Yeah.
We had that was what was happening over here. So
Well,
you guys can take a breath.
Did I call your name
So
wrong?
sorry.
We're gonna go back to it in just a minute.
We're
We're gonna get the other candidate in. We're gonna do the tech situation out. But you guys are doing great.
Do we want to resume from where we were or
The
start
difference
from
is,
the
are
top?
you going to start from the
You
beginning and
can
introduce them
remember.
again? Or are you going to carry on from where we left off, just introduce the new candidates coming in?
Only thing is, people are coming in at 7, so unless would it be delaying the next people by 10 minutes?
Delay the next one.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
I need to know
So
what we're doing with this recording
start
right now,
again?
because it's paused at the minute.
Also, where do we
I think we'll
seat
just have the
the
new candidate
other
reintroduced.
candidate?
Okay.
Yeah,
In
we
which
can make
case,
some room there,
Samantha
yeah.
wants to be able to see
How much
the
time
other
do we have?
candidates.
Yes.
Sorry?
How much time do we have before the next candidate is in?
But it's cut.
We
It's
can,
all
we
cut.
can,
Thank you.
couple minutes just to sort some stuff out.
4 minutes. I don't have enough time to patch a line in then. Can we just put a microphone next to them?
Yeah.
Come on, Grant.
Oh,
YouTube's still going. YouTube's
Oh, it's still going.
You can hear everything you're saying on
You're
YouTube.
Okay.
Thank you.
Smells enough so I can stretch.
that's a shout.
Hi, how are you?